Hello, welcome to the after show for Layla the Vampire Slayer season 2, episode 4? 4.
Yep.
4.
Yeah, not episode 2, like I posted on Twitter, Facebook. Sorry, my copy pasta.
No time skips.
No time skips.
We're going back episodes to keep playing episode 2 over and over again. It's Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
We're gonna have that as a plot at some point.
Just so awkward to do a Groundhog Day thing because you've got to somehow keep the dice rolls the same because otherwise they have different outcomes.
Wasn't that the whole point of Groundhog
Yeah, that's
Day?
like the
But
point.
the day
You do a
resets
different thing
itself,
every time.
but it's a different effect.
Yeah, like you can change it.
Yeah, but if you try and do the same action, you get the same result. So if you try to do the same action again...
Same action differently.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
if we try to do
differently
the same
reroll.
action, then you would just keep the same dice roll.
Yeah, but then you'd have to record it,
unless
which would
we're
be really awkward to record.
Unless we're doing the exact same thing in the exact same way, it would be a different outcome.
Like
'Cause
you
you
can
could-
still like try and do
I've
something.
watched the
different
time
and you
loop
mess
episode
up.
of Stargate many
Yes.
times.
You just don't read. You just don't do the rules again if they do the exact same thing that they did last time. Then you just remember what happened last time and you repeat
Yeah,
like
you've got
that's
to
what
remember
happened.
very well, though.
Yeah, you have to.
I mean,
you have
Maggie's notes.
Robert memories.
In the
Where I'll
middle
be
of
your
my back
scribe and I'll
swing.
write everything down like I normally do.
Exactly. So, like, Tilks didn't have to make a Constitution save every time he got hit in the face with a door.
God, I love that episode. I need to rewatch it.
We
I
should all
just-
rewatch it. Can we rewatch it as a group?
All of
Yeah,
Stargate,
yeah.
except for
That
like the
body
last-
swapping episode.
Yes, that one was pretty good too. I was like trying to remember that one.
Which
That
was
one
that one?
It's the one where they
Jack
go
and
to.
Teal'c, I think, swap bodies.
No, it's originally Daniel and an old man from a planet.
That's
get
right.
swapped, and the old man is dying, so he's like, "I'm not going back." And they have to make an original, unique formula because you can't swap back, and it's actual maths as to how you can get different numbers of people to swap back into their original bodies. It is a
You swap
unique
backsies.
take on it. I think not Matt Groening, but one of the other writers for Futurama actually did swapping because they did a similar thing. They did a maths paper on it. Anyway,
In conclusion, Stargate's a really good show.
yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I look behind me at my empty bookshelf where I used to have the Stargate RPG system.
That's
Oh, that would be fun.
It's a thing. Someone sent me all like 6 books of this.
I think I've got the PDF for the main rule somewhere. I had a quick glance at it. I was like, this is kind of but I
Oh, was it
I have
never read
no
it in
idea
depth,
about
so-
any of the rules, but a Stargate RPG would be super fun. I would totally run it as like one of the, like SG-13 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're a
That'd be
squad, but
fun.
you're a low tier squad.
I would so be down with something like that.
I'd just
Also,
say use
Josh
sounds about
sent
numbers.
me My Little Pony tabletop RPG. So I will look over that and maybe we could do that for like a one shot or something.
Any pony.
Lauren clearly really wants to be a little pony. So
I really want to play this. I need to get that system for myself.
yeah, I will look it over and see if it's any good.
I don't think you understand how I enjoy My Little Pony a lot.
Okay, I think I'm starting to understand.
Okay, Lauren's a pony
I did a
fan.
Twilight
pony...
Sparkle cosplay. Oh, years ago, like with a group of friends. I will here. I'm gonna post pictures in our Discord for you.
Okay.
It's on my website.
Alongside the solar punk thing.
There's a moth in my room and I hate
Oh my
moths.
gosh, what is this?
I may disappear in a second.
Isn't it super cute?
Random Tuesday just posted this little spider pottery
I found
thing.
it.
So cute, I
found it.
need it. How much is it?
I have no idea. I just saw it on Tumblr, and I found it, and I was like, I need that because that'll help me keep my plants alive.
I don't think that will help you keep your plants alive.
No, it's supposed to move them to the sun, and that's
Yeah,
one
but
of
they
the-
also need water.
But you still need to water them, yeah.
Yeah, but that's half of my problem is sunlight.
and
Half of my
and
problem is water.
if the robot chased you around the house when it needed watering, like a pet,
And it just meowed at you. It's like, feed
That'd be
me.
great.
Yeah, no. If it had like a little beepy alert if it was low on water.
That would be pretty great.
Yeah.
That's all they need to add to it.
I mean-
I'm sure they could do that. It's so
That's-
cute.
I think I
So
got
I'm going
them
to
all.
point out that I did this
Those are
cosplay in 2012, 6 years ago.
Okay.
Wow. A day
Aw.
in Canterlot.
We even went to a cupcake store to take pictures. Also, that was how I bribed everyone. I was like, I will buy you all cupcakes if you do this with me.
Wow.
You look like in the one photo. You're just like, oh my god, can you not?
Probably. So
I
was-
kind of like Jackie
It's an
Dash.
old cosplay.
Baby, it's like baby Lauren.
Oh my god.
I do like the cupcakes.
Cupcakes.
They're pretty great.
Yep.
I don't know enough about My Little Pony.
Yeah, I've got no idea.
I know
It's
there's
very
like-
colorful.
Watch it. It's very wholesome.
I mean, kind of wholesome.
It's actually a really well done cartoon.
Is this why you know so
I
many
know that the
horsepower?
I know that the guy who plays Q in Star Trek got a character in that, which was basically the same guy, right? Which
Yes.
is funny.
It is 100% the same character. He is playing
Sean
Cord.
Delancey?
Yeah, John Delancey. Yeah,
Wow.
is apparently basically playing Q in that as well.
That's amazing.
It's pretty great. Yeah, no, that's not why I know so many horse puns, but they do, like, everything they do is, like, they don't say, like, everybody, they say every pony. Like, they
Every
very
pony
clear-
should just get together.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Anyway, I really want to play that RPG system.
Yeah, I want to play it too, so I'm gonna look at it and we'll see.
Excellent.
Sounds good to
We
me.
might have to homebrew some stuff. I don't know, because I'll grab it on Monday because he sent it to my PO box and it should arrive today, but I can't get it today because
See
it's
if it's on
Sunday.
Amazon.
Nothing's
Get it
open
to
on
me.
Sunday,
Can we
so I will
just
get it tomorrow.
go back to the Stargate RPG?
I mean, that's great too, but why wouldn't
You know what? We'll just get rid of the boys for this one. If they don't want to be part of it, we'll bring in our own people.
Just
Yeah.
be SG free. They just die constantly. It's fine.
I feel like 8-Bit would be down. Peachy would probably be down.
Blue Jay might be down too.
Blue Jay might be down. Yeah, I think we get enough Roll4It people who would be down.
Stargate would also be a lovely RPG.
Yes.
Can I voluntarily merge the gold symbiote and kill the rest of my team?
I mean, yeah, but then I get to take over your character as the next villain.
Totally
Like,
worth it.
You don't get to do the killing part. I do, because as soon as you merge with the gold symbiote, they become my NPC.
Yeah,
That
but I
sounds
think
like
they're going
the
to share with
season
me, so
ends,
it's fine.
and then-
They're totally going to share with me, 100%.
He's like, well, if I can't be the DM, then I would like to be somebody who has potential to become the DM.
Yeah, I'd probably allow Tok'ra, but I wouldn't, obviously, can't allow gold, like, by their nature. That just, if they are good, they are Tok'ra. That's, like, how they operate.
What about Asgard? I'll play an Asgardian. That's fine by
Yes.
me.
Does anyone want to play a furling?
Sure.
Yes, I will be a
Finally
furling. I will
figure out what
100% be a furling.
like.
Which are the furlings?
So
They were
remember how
never
they had
seen
those
on
5
camera.
races, and it was like the Asgard, the Ancients, the
Nox.
the Nox, and
Oh
the
no, I'm
Furlings.
thinking the Nox.
And the Furlings, they never showed you. The only time they did was in the 200th episode. They make a joke about it,
And they show you
and then they're like,
Ewoks.
no,
Yeah.
and they look like Ewoks, but then they never showed you. You saw some tech, like I think you saw some of their technology, but
It was like a projector or a
Yeah.
force field or something weird like that. And they were like, oh, this is probably furling. And then they never mention it again and forget it for like 6,
I
7
love it. I love that they
seasons.
knew that.
Good. Okay. Yeah, that's why I didn't know what they were. I
Yeah.
was thinking you were talking about the Nox because I would play a Nox as well.
Nox are pretty cool, but they don't fight.
That's fine. And just be like, I'm invisible now. I'm not invisible now. Let's be friends.
Let's be friends.
That's the only things you can say.
Also, I have moss in my hair.
It probably have to
am-
be at least 2 humans if you were gonna have a team. You could do like 2 humans and 2 aliens.
Yeah. What was? Oh, this is probably too late in the seasons to be any
Oh.
like of interest to most people. But Jonas Quinn, he was from a different planet,
7.
right?
But he was human because technically, like
Season.
the gold seeded other planets with
With humans from
Earth.
So he was a human. Okay.
Yes. So they were like variant humans in essence. But
Yeah, so like the Gould came to, Ra came to Earth, was like, humans make great hosts because our current hosts are really shitty, which are the Unas.
Lizard people.
Yeah. And then they took over people, and they were like, people also make really cheap-ass slaves. So they put like Stargates down and started shipping them to other planets.
No, the Gould found the Stargates that the ancients had put down.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't the Egyptian one they brought it, though?
I don't remember much about Stargate.
They brought the Egyptian Stargate because there was already one in Antarctica.
I think they did because they couldn't find the one in Antarctica.
Yeah.
So only on Earth, but they were using the Stargates to ship most of the people because they already had the access to that technology.
Yeah. But they couldn't get to Earth because they couldn't have a Stargate here that was active. They had to come in the ship.
I'm not 100% sure if they took people from Earth and then took them to other places, or they also originally put people on Earth. But I think the ancients were the ones who started out on Earth.
The ancients are the ones who had a facility on Earth, and I think it's implied that they put people on Earth, but then the Gould took them to other places through the Stargate. And that's where that desert planet, the first planet they go to.
I want to say Arrakis, but it's not Arrakis.
Yes, they go to Dune, and they get the spice.
Yeah. But they were humans as well.
Yeah. I can't remember the name of it. It's bugging me as well. But yeah, because Ra came to Earth in a ship because they couldn't get here by Stargate. Because the Stargate here wasn't active. Yeah. And then Ra places Stargate, and then they go through the Stargate.
I need to watch more TV.
Yeah, I was like, I don't watch enough Stargate. Or I remember watching Stargate, but I don't remember like all of the.
They came up with a really cool.
What's Sorry.
Abydos.
Yeah.
You see where I got Arrakis from.
Yeah. They came up with a really cool system for how the Stargates supersede each other that was quite simple and actually worked quite well. And I was like, that's a pretty good plot device. That makes narrative sense as well.
The whole phone line thing when they get stuck in the Arctic.
Oh, it's a good episode too.
Yep. Yeah. Is it Sam and
O'Neill are stuck in
O'Neill, and like
they get
Sam
stuck
breaks her leg or something.
Yeah. No, O'Neill does.
O'Neill breaks his leg.
Yes. God damn.
Oh, and the end of into the show
episode. I seriously was so surprised by the end of that episode as well. Like when the military comes in from the ceiling, and then like, how did you get here?
Realize, like,
they dial the Stargate, but they don't have enough power to actually dial it, so it's an incomplete dial.
No, they're trying to call Earth.
Yeah.
And you can't call yourself.
But the Stargate like vibrates or something.
Stargates, when if they're not like protected, they cause little mini, like you can.
Yeah, which is why you're meant to have a DHD with them, which sorts all the issues out. But
no, it's not the DHD in that case.
I thought the DHD helps sort out for normal ones.
Reinforced it. Only one Stargate doesn't have a DHD. We're getting really into this, and Bentham and Maggie are like, we have nothing to say.
I just don't. I don't know all the details. I haven't like watched Stargate. I didn't watch Stargate like intensely enough to remember all the details. Like I don't even remember.
I watched it pretty intensely.
Yeah.
It used to be Stargate and Star Trek when I got home from school, and
I video recorded it so I could watch it because it like whatever time it was on or something. Like I couldn't catch it live, and so I would video record it, watch it, and then give the VHS tape to my friend who was also watching it and didn't have Sky. And so I was like, I'll give this to you, so then you watch it tonight, and then we'll talk about it tomorrow. It was a very elaborate system.
We didn't get Sky. We had 5 channels.
I had 4 channels. Thank you very much. I had to buy the box set.
I think there were four initially, and then the 5th one turned up.
We barely got 5 where I lived, but like technically we had it.
I just religiously watch The Simpsons, which according to the news means I can predict the future.
Mm-hmm.
I know they always like bring up old freaking Simpsons episodes. They're like, they knew.
And then there's the steamed hams thing that predicted the future of food and shit memes.
So Layla, episode 4.
I feel Imogen would watch Stargate.
You feel like Imogen what?
Imogen watched Stargate.
No, Imogen watches Charmed.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Oh, is
Now we
Charmed
gotta find out the time.
I don't know if
might
Charmed
be
is out yet. I
think
think
Charmed is
it
early
is,
2000s.
though.
98. Oh,
98.
she's gonna
It
be
is
so
that year.
excited.
No, what day though? Because
It's just started, I think. The movie was in 94, and then the first.
we're in
show started
we're in March
97.
right now.
Yeah, like Stargate was 97, so Stargate's out, but Charmed is later, I think, in 98.
Charmed was 98.
October 7th.
So that's the air date in America. What about the UK?
Sabrina was out.
That's right.
96.
Imogen.
Also a good show.
Sabrina.
They're redoing it,
I
aren't
really
they?
like that.
They're
There's probably
recasting
like Clueless. What else?
Friends,
Saved by the Bell. Friends.
X-Files,
Saved by the Bell.
Buffy.
it. Buffy wasn't
Buffy.
out.
Can
For some
this
reason.
be a universe like in Stargate where a Buffy show exists?
Oh, I love that.
But it's not
episode.
the same. It's like Wormhole Extreme.
Oh, yeah.
And like
Extreme.
someone has been writing stories and like sending them off, and it's not actually Buffy stories.
Oh, it was called like X-Holes or something.
Yeah, it was
stupid.
Wormhole Extreme.
Wormhole Extreme.
That was their
Fresh Prince,
parody show of Stargate, and I loved it.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is out. Definitely watching that. Barnaby would be.
That
all
seems
over.
like very Barnaby.
That does
Okay,
seem
so
very-
what is your character's favorite TV show that is out at the moment for you guys?
Okay.
Fresh
Barnaby's
Prince.
probably
calling
Fresh
it.
Prince, yeah. Imogen.
TV shows.
I think Imogen has like a guilty pleasure of like, or like likes to pretend she doesn't watch things like Sabrina the Teenage Witch, but she actually secretly does.
Rugrats.
I think she probably likes Dawson's Creek. Is that out?
that 70s show. When does that come out?
Keenan and
No,
Kel.
Dawson's Creek isn't out. Wow.
I love orange soda.
Who loves orange soda?
Kel loves orange soda.
August 23rd, so it's not out yet.
Yeah, what show? Like, what shows were out?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I'm
None.
like,
There
trying
was
to-
no TV in the past.
I don't know if I know enough about TV from then to be able to think of anything.
Ren and Stimpy? That's
That's
a
what I'm googling it.
Literally Googling.
I don't know. Rob could be into the next generation.
Because it has to be, but because we're in what? February? We're in March right now.
April?
We're in
March?
we're in April.
March. No, we're in March because it was February and now it's March, yeah.
Maybe she
Yeah,
watches.
Rob would watch Star Trek.
Teletubbies comes out.
When did Star Trek come out? What season are we in right now?
I think it's Next Generation.
Yeah,
What
Star
season
Trek
of
would be
Next
next gen.
probably like.
I think
Right.
Voyager came out in like 97 or around then. Like next gen is probably
And
just
it might
finishing.
not quite be
DS.
Voyager yet.
DS9 came out in 93, so.
Oh,
Oh
right.
yeah, no, then Voyager's not.
Next Generation ended in 94. Deep
Really?
Space Nine
Definitely
is-
watching
uh,
The Simpsons for sure.
We're in the second to last year of Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, so.
So Rob's probably watching Deep
And,
Space
and
Nine.
Voyager started. Voyager's going as well.
Yeah, nobody.
Wait,
no.
DS9 started before Voyager?
Yeah?
Oh, I thought it was the other way around.
Like, they had Next Generation, and then halfway through Deep Space Nine started, and then Next Generation ended and Voyager started while Deep Space Nine was still going.
Mhm.
It was weird.
Yeah, Imogen would probably watch like X Files and ER.
Yeah, X-Files sounds right.
Saved by the Bell?
Secretly, she still watches those shows, but like she's 16 now. She should be watching adult television.
I feel like Layla would be South Park.
Mm.
When did Daria come out? I feel like that is Layla. Mm, looking at the date on it. March 3rd, 1997. So it would totally be out.
Yep.
But it would not be one that just launched. But yeah.
There you
So
go.
now we
then.
know, and EE has to figure out what all the NPCs would watch.
What is Violet watching? That's what we all need to know.
You.
Now, for proper realism, we need to know exactly what episodes is going out at what time so that we can have our
No.
characters actually be watching them.
Oh, yeah. Rob would just every week memorize the TV guide.
Yep.
And so he just, hey, Rob, do you know when this comes out?
This, but it clashes with this.
He could probably just make us something that records it for us.
Yeah, since that's in your character, Bentham, you can go and look up what each TV show is each week, so that we're talking about the correct contents of each episode for the show.
Damn it! Backfired horribly.
You've got that perfect memory.
He tapes it all and watches it later. Like ever since one time he was watching Deep Space Nine and a vampire came flying through the window thrown by Layla, and he's like, "I missed where I was now." So he just records and watches them later.
Vampire can't enter your dwelling. The vampire would hit the window.
To welcome them in.
That's the point. Yeah, you can throw vampires through open doors and they'll just hit them like a wall.
How did Mr. Miller get in the class?
Classroom isn't a dwelling.
Yeah, it's the school.
Plus, he'd been invited in anyway because he was a teacher. To be fair, Buffy goes a bit back and forth on what counts as a dwelling that you need to enter. So a hotel room isn't, because you don't live there permanently, but a house or anything is. Angel does say in season 2 that the reason he could enter the school, which isn't a dwelling, but he says he needed a reason.
He had a sign that says welcome.
There's a sign that said, all who seek knowledge enter, which was in Latin. And he was like, I can enter because it's the motto. And it's like, yeah, but no one lives at the school, so it's not private property. You can enter private property. Why? I think he's maybe just showing off or something. So my rule that it's just dwellings, like the background says mostly.
Residential houses.
Yeah, it's like residential houses that you own or a member of your family owns. That you live at.
Was he seeking knowledge? Or just to murder people?
He sought knowledge to murder people. Have you seen season 2 yet? Have you seen any episodes yet? God damn it, because I can't talk about the episode, because the episode is heartbreaking towards the end. I'm just like, no!
It's been 20 years. You can spoil it if you like.
Bentham, have you opened the case that he gave you?
I've opened the case.
You looked over at it.
To put the disc.
Show it to us.
It's down. It's actually down here.
I got him this for Christmas and he hasn't bothered.
I opened it and then I put it nicely away again, so it's...
You know you meant to open it and then put the disc in the DVD player and then hit the play.
I put it nicely away.
Do you not have a media drive in your computer?
No, and I bought an external drive that said it did DVDs and doesn't do DVDs, but I didn't notice in time.
But here's the thing, guys. He has a PlayStation. He could play it on the PlayStation. He just...
Yeah, that's in the living room.
No
it's in
excuses.
the living room.
That's where people watch things, Bentham.
Move They watch TV in the living room.
My family will throw me out the moment, like 10 minutes into Buffy. They'll be like, "What is this rubbish?"
Really?
This isn't a program about housing.
I did get excited when I learned that they're bringing trading spaces back.
This thing is amazing. It's like it's one thing that just has like a rack of discs in it.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
And there's 2 of those.
Mine
just
was
borrow the PlayStation.
It's getting back to the episode. It's just so brutal that I
Is
don't
that
want to spoil
I'm
it.
thinking of with the computer teacher?
Yep.
Okay.
Because you know the ending to the episode where Giles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is at the core the GM I am. But I couldn't bring myself to make it that painful for
That's
James.
horrifying.
I was tempted to do that with James, but I was like, that's just a bit too... I was so tempted, though.
I'm gonna have to watch that again because I know what happens, but I don't know exactly what you're talking about.
It's best watched after they introduce the character and the full run-up, so you get the full like tension building up and stuff. And then it's just like... so good. I cried.
Part of not watching it is the fact that there are 144 episodes to get through.
Whatever.
You'll get through fast.
Well, you've had like 3 months already, so you got to catch up.
Yeah, you should have finished it by now, really.
Yeah.
We're all a little.
But I've also got Firefly that
that will take you like maybe 2 days.
I know that's 1 season, but it's
not even a full
It's not even a season. They cut it short. It's 10 episodes.
You're going to have to
12,
really get on this because right now in the post is Stargate on its way to you.
I actually had the full DVD set at some point.
Because I never
order. He's got like a shelf that's just Stargate, right?
See, that's funny because like I've never really
Stargate.
seen Buffy in order, and I want to say that I've seen probably 90% of the episodes. There is probably 10% that I haven't seen because I definitely haven't seen it in order. Like I've seen chunks of it in order, like a good portion of the season, especially like middle later seasons.
I could have watched it in order like 3 times probably.
Yeah, I rewatched it before we did our Layla series.
Yeah, same here.
And then E and I would be like messaging each other because like we weren't caught up at the same time, I think, at one point.
I'd like gone mostly through it and you were starting or something. Like you were maybe like 3 seasons behind or something as you were going.
And I caught up really fast. He's like, "How are you? What are you doing?"
Yeah. I was like, "You're at work messaging me. You've got a day job. How did you catch up?"
One of my friends.
Well, when I'm working on spreadsheets, I just have it on the other monitor.
According to the box, it is 6,065 minutes approximately.
One of my friends recently rewatched all of Buffy like a couple of years ago, and she didn't know about Angel. She had remained unspoiled about Angel. And so she's like messaging her friend, and she's like, "What's this Angel guy? Like, he's kind of weird." She's like, "I don't know." She didn't know. It's like not knowing Darth Vader's his father.
Then don't say anything. That's the best.
Vampire. I assume that's why.
You're gonna find out.
He's
when you watch it, you
and
figure
hangs
it
around
out.
in dark places a lot. That's it.
Yeah, she's like, "Yeah, he really likes to hang out in the dark." Like,
I believe the exact phrase is, "Oh, my sweet summer child."
but like, can you imagine? There's some things that I would love to like not remember, like to like I'd love to go
wipe
back
away and then rewatch.
Like not knowing any of that, because when I watched it, I knew Darth Vader was his father. All of those things, like none of it was a surprise. And I'm like, I kind of want the experience of knowing that it's a surprise.
How many episodes did we go before people found out Barnaby was a demon? Like we did so good with not saying
Like
that.
10,
It was like 6
12?
Yeah, we knew the whole time. It was great.
It was so good. Like
Particularly great because of the time when we were doing the Drox demon detecting spell and it lit up for the school. And so everyone watching was like, "Oh my god, it's the what's his face? The doctor."
Yeah.
And then we were all, "Oh my god, it's Barnaby," but we can't say that. And so we had like the players and the viewers had completely opposite experience.
yeah.
I was having so much fun when I was like, "That lights up," because I hadn't told Briar that, you know, you were a demon, Barnaby. And so Briar was like, "Shit, they're gonna know it's me," whereas all of you were like, "Shit, they're gonna know it's Barnaby."
It was like this
Briar
weird...
was like super getting worried that he was gonna get rumbled really early on.
No, it was so good because we thought it was Barnaby and it was the doctor, and then like...
And then it was also Barnaby, and then we got the double reveal, so everyone was surprised.
Yeah.
And I wasn't there.
That's why it was good.
Oh.
And then you turn up and we're like,
I'm
"Yeah,
hanging
so
up now.
And then Imogen turns up like, "Hey, so we just saved 7 babies. We left the 8th with James." Oh god, no.
How do I care for this baby? Barnaby.
It smells. Why does it
I think my baby's gone off. Oh, James.
Barnaby and James will never have a baby together. Because James is dead.
In the afterlife, though.
I was about to ask, how did I hurt you? But I literally... Whatever.
Just said that it was better without her. Yeah.
I've got a new boo, anyway.
You do. And horrible things are going to happen to him, too.
Yeah, I've noticed that he's thrown 2 love interests this time, so we can more easily kill one.
No, I'm not throwing love interests. I'm just throwing people until one of them sticks.
Because there's been Sin and Lucian, I think, have been the strongest ones that people have pitched.
Sin wasn't even
Imogen,
really
don't
pitched.
kill Imogen.
You decided to go and talk to Sin. Anyone could have talked to Sin. Layla could have talked to Sin if Layla was there, because it was PE, which Layla had.
Oh.
But Layla
Yeah.
skipped it. I was just throwing people, and your big one. Also, then you told him about a bathroom that a body was found in.
That's not weird.
that a body was found mangled in.
Well, everything was broken. You couldn't get in. Turns out that was what it was.
Yep. That's not
Do
going to
you
be.
think that he thinks that Barnaby did something with the body? Oh,
Because
interesting.
you'll have to find out. He hasn't called you, so there you go.
This is true.
That's a probably good place to end the after show. So I hope y'all are like Stargate, because that was a thing. I swear it was the DHD stopped the gate from vibrating because it was
No, they
power
literally
engagement.
had to dampen it because the one in Antarctica had a DHD because she found it. That's how she was dialing out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they had like springs to stop it from wobbling because that would give the game away. Everyone would be like,
But none of the other gates needed that because they had DHDs.
Earthquakes.
No, they did need it. Just no one cared because they were either they were an advanced enough civilization that they were presumably dampening it themselves in some way, or they were an unadvanced enough civilization that they were just like, this weird magic ring also makes the earth shake.
Yeah.
They also had a lot of habits in Stargate of being like, let's drop this piece of information and then never bring it up
They did
again.
kind of cover it in retrospect. It wasn't really retcon, but they did say our gate used to shake lots until we managed to figure this thing out, which the DHDs already do. So it still shakes a little bit, which I think is in that episode. And
Well, they had to make their own DHD, which, because they didn't get one with theirs,
it's a really hodgepodge, yeah.
Surely, like the hodgepodginess of it probably would have encouraged.
Yeah, that's why,
that's
why they're saying, like, in season 1, it's like, ah! And then from then on, they're like, we tailored it a bit better.
Also, like, in season 1, after, like, the first 3 episodes, they gave up on, like, people being insanely cold when they come out of the Stargate.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy that DHD just stands for dial home device.
Yep. Every now and again, they call it the DHD device.
Hey, you call it a pin
AT&T
number,
machine.
so... Anyway,
Is
thank
that
you for
what we're gonna end the
watching.
after show?
Bye!
You gonna go watch Stargate?